When I was in secondary school, because of COVID, we were doing like these video lessons, okay? And every time nobody was giving a fuck about what the teacher was saying. And I was on video games like every day for like 2 months. Just I was sitting on my ass all day, like playing video games for 8 hours, and I was doing all the degenerate stuff, like as I said, play video games, watching porn, and all this shit. By doing this sedentary life, I've gained fat, but like I was feeling like shit because I was looking at my belly, and I was just saying to me, like, man, I I have a shit physique, man. Then after 2 months, we had the permission to go to the physical school, fortunately. And when I went there, it wasn't like staring on the computer screen. It was all different. And for me, it was even worse. Because when you're doing like video lessons, people, like your classmates, can't actually talk to you. But when you go there, when I gained fat, there were like these classmates that were making fun of me, that were slightly bullying me. They were saying shit about me, and all the people like that I knew were talking behind my back. And every day after the lessons, okay, after like 6 hours of school day, you know what I was doing? I was going home and I was playing video games. So it didn't change anything. I was like this skinny fat kid that wanted to change but didn't do anything about this. And I remember so well that every day at night I was crying for no reason at all. Like I was crying in my bed for no reason. I think that I was so stressed from school and from people that were bullying me and saying things behind my back, that the only way to escape this life was to cry. And I used to cry a lot when I was younger. Like all this situation made me feel so awkward around other people, and especially around girls. I didn't know what to say to girls in general and to people in general. You know, maybe with my loser friends we were talking about like some video games or something like that. But in general it was like I wasn't even speaking to them. But then I remember a day I was sit on my couch, like right here, you can see. And I was scrolling on TikTok, okay, like many other days. It was maybe December, and Andrew Tate in that period blew up, and he appeared in my For You page on TikTok, and he really inspired me to change. So I wanted to change, so I started working out with a friend of mine, like at home. But my friend I was in a video call with him every time that we would do a workout. And we were doing like these workouts, like, you know, the app, like get abs in 30 days shit, you know, all that type of shit. We were doing like these workouts together in a video call. And the problem with it was that, okay, I was improving, but I was wasting a lot of time talking to him. We were talking about like school stuff or even video games. And when a pause between rests will last maybe 1 minute, we will make it last maybe 7 minutes. I don't know, I was wasting a lot of time. Like a workout that should last 1 hour, we will make it last 3 hours. It was fucking absurd, man. So I was like doing all of these mistakes, and it was very distracting this situation. And I remember that the times that I were actually doing the workout were less than um, when I was resting, because like 4 times a month I was getting injured. And you know what it means, when you get injured, you need to rest, you need to wait another week or something like that, no? And I remember I had problems in my left shoulder every time that I was doing like these workouts. But mistakes after mistakes, I fortunately learned how to do the exercises in the best way. And me and my friend were, from now on, we were just grinding, okay? I wasn't making I wasn't making so much progress, but was still something. I was still moving. Okay, I was still moving my body and being a bit more healthy, but every day I was still jerking off, playing video games, scrolling on TikTok, everything like that. So the bad habits, I was keeping doing the bad habits, but one thing that improved in my life was that I started working out. So this was a very good goal for me. Workout in, workout out. I became older and I was 13 years old. And I was really liking working out. And I asked my dad to buy me some adjustable dumbbells. After that, I was more informed from when I was younger. I was more informed. I was doing different types of workout, but I was still wasting time with this friend of mine. But I was still making more gains. But I remember that in that period, I started avoiding like all these bad habits because I wanted to change. And because of that, I've gained more respect in school. And my loser friends, I wasn't talking to them like so much, but I was talking more with my classmates that were bullying me. You know what it means? Like, they were bullying me because I was like this lower status guy that nobody was caring about. But then when I started working out, I upgraded my life. I became more like them. And I wasn't bullying other people because like they did it to me. So I'm not the type of person that does these types of thing to other people. I don't want to do that. And it was just beautiful to be more higher status, not talking much more about video games and porn and all this shit. I was literally upgrading my life day after day. Then secondary school finished, we made the exam, okay, it was all good. And I made 14 years, like 1 year ago. I don't know in your country, but like here in Italy, you can go to gym when you're 14 years old. And I I wasn't inspired by someone to go to gym. I was really addicted to like doing the workouts and all these things. Like I really liked pushing myself with some types of workout. So I paid for a gym membership and I went to the nearest gym. It was all new, you go into the gym. I was like, when I started secondary school, I was like awkward, I was shy. I didn't know what to do because I was doing like calisthenics at home. So I didn't know how to use like machines, how to do bench press, how to do squat, how to do deadlifts, all these things. I didn't know anything, but by only searching on YouTube like all the informations and by wasting a lot of time, I found the right informations and I've learned how to do the exercises in a good way. Like every 4 days, like now I was going there, I was doing my workout, then I was going home. I wasn't talking to everyone, by the way. But then I realized with high school that I needed to be more social to other people. And like after 4 months of seriously training, I can say that I built a decent physique. Okay, it wasn't so great, but I've got higher status because then it started like high school, and for my physique, I was seen like more high status in confront of others. I was so happy, and I'm happy, like I'm so happy even right now because I can think of how much bodybuilding and building an aesthetic body saved my life. I went from fucking depression, from crying all day and didn't know even the reason why, to this high status person that achieved his goals. And I can now say that from that period my confidence spiked up. It really increased so much. So with this good body we were talking about the gym and many other things, and with my classmates and many other people from other classes, I made friends that were a bit like me. You know, we're talking about business, we're talking about girls, we're talking about self-improvement. We were talking, and then like my friends were asking me for advice on how to get like my aesthetic body, like, you know, how to get a bicep like this, and I explained all to them. And that's like giving advice to building an aesthetic body is something similar as I do in my coaching program. There's the top link in the description if you want. And then I was giving them for free advice on how to build an aesthetic body while they were going to gym. But like 2 or 3 of my friends talked about even if I could do like a gym routine for them, more of a calisthenics thing, and I did it even to them. But I'm more focused on those who can go to gym because I have more experience there. I know more how to do the different types of exercises. And you can actually tell that my life changed a lot in only 2 years of training. Like the thing that I did was like training. And okay, it wasn't only that. I learned how to speak to people, how to make fun jokes, how to do not watch porn. Like I learned all these aspects of self-improvement. But I can swear to you, if you like just start training and go to the gym, and by building a nice physique, you will achieve like 70% or 60-70% of the gains in the social area that I made. And this is only because I started training. Just imagine that. If you do like all the self-improvement things, how can your life become? Like right now you're wasting a lot of potential because you're just doing the bad habits, and maybe you're a student like me, and you're doing like these bad habits, and while you can like focus on building an aesthetic body, and by only doing that you will increase your confidence, your status, you will make more friends that are like you, that want to train hard as you. I've noticed that the aspects that increased so much from when I started training was confidence and status, because when I was in the gym like 1 week ago, I met the major one that was bullying me in secondary school. And he looked me in the eyes and said, "Congratulations, man, you've built a nice physique." And I said to him, like, "Thanks, man. Congratulations even to you because you've lost a lot of weight." And then we were talking about the gym, like we can meet each other, we can do a workout together, and all these things. And then I met another friend of mine that was from elementary school, and even he said to me like, "Congratulations for the physique, man." So this was my story, where only by starting working out I became from this skinny fat little kid, from this confident and high status guy that now is talking to you, and he wants to teach you how to start working out and get an aesthetic body in the gym. If you're like a student, you can go check my top link in the description if you want. So this was my video on how bodybuilding saved my life, and I went from 0% respect, I was this skinny fat little kid, depressed, anxious, and I passed from like that skinny fat kid from like me right now, that I have a really decent physique, and now everyone gives me respect for what I do. And I've built a really nice physique in 2 years, okay? But if you want advice on how to get like an aesthetic body faster than what I did, because I did a lot of mistakes during the process. But if you want advice on how to get an aesthetic body, if you're a student and you feel like people are not giving the respect that you want because of your physique, you can check my top link in the description. I promise you that you will not make the same mistakes as me. I will teach you what I've learned and you will become a beast. But bro, as always, remember, encounter difficulties and overcome them. Mwah.